this is I don't understand. For someone that's like essentially like what a billionaire, why would you be that like? Maybe they just, when you get that much money, you just I'll get it back or something. But I don't understand the logic behind putting that much money at risk. Like, we're not talking millions. We're starting B with like the billions. That's
So here's what they thought they were going to do. They thought they were going to flip that money and make a bunch of money and then put the money back and nobody would be the wiser. Right? Mm-hmm. So here's what the article is not saying just yet. Okay? Because, the article is saying that FTX paused customers' withdrawals earlier this week, Monday, when it was hit with $5 billion worth of withdrawal requests.
Jesus.
Now, I'm going to tell you what happened before the $5 billion of withdrawal requests. So this guy Zhao, who leads up Binance, which is a rival of FTX.
Right.
He also had a significant stake in FTX. Okay. Now, there was some sort of thing where Zhao wanted to kind of take over FTX. It was almost like they were playing poker, right? Mm-hmm. So they were going back and forth, and then Zhao was like, all right, I got you. I want to withdraw $540 million right now. Go run me my money right now.
Damn.
And so he called, and SBF was unable to raise or answer the call. So that call on Sunday to liquidate their position in FTX to the tune of $540 million that they didn't even have.
That's crazy.
See, that's how they got in trouble. See, the money is never supposed to be fucked with because FTX is just supposed to be the pathway that the monies flow back and forth in and out of crypto.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So that would be like if you had an ISP, you had an internet service provider, right?
Right.
You have your setup. You want to send and receive packets so that you can play your video games or surf Facebook or whatever.
Right.
That would be like Verizon or Comcast saying, you know what? I'm just going to take this information. I know it's supposed to go to its endpoint, but I'm just going to take this information, just put it somewhere else. And, you're out there, trying to communicate with somebody. They're not getting your communication and you're wondering what the fuck is going on. Right?
Right.
Now, we know that the ISPs are not supposed to be fucking with your bits and bytes.
No, yeah,
Right?
supposed to.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Supposedly. That's a whole different conversation.
Right. Now, FTX is supposed to be an intelligent, big, dumb pipe for people's money to cross into Twitter and into crypto and out of crypto.
Okay. So that big dumb pipe got redirected by a different valve to their own other companies' bank accounts.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is wild. So is there going to be any legal ramifications for this? I mean, like, what is the TOS? What is the terms of service?
Well, we do know that when you're trading securities,
right?
This is the type of shit that motherfuckers go to prison over.
Yeah, man. Because that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, there's got to be some jail time for that. Because that's not like, even, I would say this, even hundreds of millions is like at least digestible. But that many billions of dollars, like, I don't know how they're
billions. Well, the billions came into play after everybody panicked when Zhao called SBF's bluff and said, yo, you want to talk that you're this strong entity and you're expanding into Japan. You're doing all of these things, right?
Right.
Then that means that because the only thing that FTX is supposed to do is charge a fee per transaction.
Right.
So
that's how they make their money.
There's only money to be made.
Right.
There's only money to be made. There's never any money to be lost, which means that the money that went in should always be there.
Correct.
So Zhao called his bluff and he's like, well, you're talking all this hot shit about how, financially healthy you are. run me my 540 million right now. I want to see my money. And SBF was like, be right with you.
Yeah. I guess they just said fuck that. That's
And then everybody else saw that and they were like, we need to hurry up and get our money out of there as fast as fuck.
Yeah.
And that's how you got to this $5 billion worth of withdrawal requests. Many of them have yet to be answered.
I mean, yeah, but because it's kind of like what's happened in the past with some banks, right? When there's a panic in the economy, everyone like withdraws. So there's no money left to be had, no money left to give. It's like a digital version of that, really.
Yeah.
That's.
But the thing is, again, when you're talking about people who trade regular stocks and you talk about securities and bonds and all this shit, right?
Yeah.
They're all under the purview of the FTC. So the rules are supposed to apply to everybody. But when you're talking about, and you said this earlier in the show, when you were talking about how this is supposed to be new, right? Anything that's new is not going to inherently have regulations.
Right.
So, and this is why this whole thing with Binance is so important. Because Binance, headed up by Zhao, has a history of bailing out other crypto exchanges. Because if crypto exchanges are going down and people are losing their money over and over and over and over again, then the reputation of crypto as a whole will be hurt.
Just tanks.
So even if Binance is doing things by the book and doing it the way they're supposed to, their value is going to take a hit. By yesterday afternoon, their value dropped 5.5%. Even after they said, hey, we're going to be super transparent. We're going to show you where your money is. We're bonded. We have insurance. We're doing everything exactly right. We're not playing with your money. And they still took a significant hit to their value. Because people don't trust the crypto.
I mean, but do you blame it when you have cases like this where there's just people using their money to invest in things that should be tangibly accessible to them? Like you said, it's supposed to be one big dump pipe.
But we established earlier that the U.S. dollar is not backed by anything tangible anymore.
I mean, yeah, but at the same point, neither is crypto. Really?
But you still want to get your paycheck in digital dollars, though,
because
right?
I could still, I could still use that money if I invest into crypto and I lose all my shit. I'm just saying.
But the thing is, and that's why Zhao is so militant on trying to protect the consumer confidence in crypto as being the future.
Okay. I mean,
so he's taken a lot of his own money to fund other crypto exchanges so that they can get back to a healthy position so that people will continue to believe in it and then by proxy believe in his exchange.
Okay, but like this is the argument I'd have to say to that is if you have to constantly keep bailing out other exchanges, is it truly even stable? I mean, if there's continual bailouts that need to happen, and mind you, banks and corporates, entities have had bailouts by the government. But I mean, like,
and that's another point they make.
But in the lack, I would say, of tenure of crypto compared to other traditional ways of currency, I mean, it is kind of troublesome when you have an organization like this in the billions, and you've had this guy feels like he's got to be Superman and try to bail out everyone. Like, how truly stable is it if it's constantly being needed to be bailed out?
Yep.
You know?
Yep.